Hey, welcome to 24K Life. This is Sunday Night Live at 7 p.m. with Derek Gant, and I am the one that needs to apologize to you. You know what? I need to apologize to you, and I'm going to tell you why, but give me 2 seconds. Are you making great money but feel like you're broke? Life is always a little tight. 51% of the population making $100,000 or more are still living check to check. When you take their cash on hand, subtract their revolving credit card debt, most people, 51%, do not have enough money to make it one full month. And I'm sharing this with you because you do not have to live like this. If you're having that problem and you're sick and tired of it, you know what? You should reach out to us. Let's do a quick discovery call and figure out if we're a match to help you start living your life. So why do I need to apologize? Let me tell you why. I preach this message of prosperity and abundance, and I talk to people about growth and multiple streams of income. But you know what? I tend to focus on the small numbers. You know what? We focus on the small numbers. And you know what? The reason why I focus on taking these methodical steps. Hi, Tara. Hi, Rashawn. I'm apologizing to you all because, as much as we talk about abundance, as much as we talk about prosperity, and as much as we talk about stacking cash, you know what? Honestly, I treat you, I talk to you, I'm talking with you like you don't have any money and you don't have any prospects for money. I know you have prospects and I know you have some money, and I want you to understand that if you do the right things right, in the right order, the right way, that you can practically do anything that you set your mind to. Now, what does that mean? It means that, I get calls and they say, hey, what's this personal banking thing? What's this cryptocurrency thing? What's this Bitcoin thing? And yes, we do these master classes on those because I don't like talking about that stuff here because it's kind of high level conversations. But I'll tell you what, we are going to talk about some high level things tonight. And it's because I appreciate the fact that if you're listening and you've been listening and you've been on this train, that it's time for you to start understanding what steps are critical, what steps are necessary for you to elevate. How's everybody doing tonight? How are you doing? Colby, Rashawn, Tara? I don't know who else we have on. How are you doing? Did you enjoy your holiday? Are you enjoying the sunshine? Are you enjoying life every opportunity that you get? Because the key to abundance is to celebrate as many things as you can, including having sunny days, having access to fresh water, having the abundance of family and friends. Abundance comes in many, many ways. Hi, Alexia. How are you? Good to see you on. I'm glad we're talking about what we need to do to go from where we are to where we want to be. And I'm going to show you what the wealthy people are doing because they get things. The rich get richer for a reason. Ro, you're enjoying the summer weather. I hope you post some more pictures. Maybe you're posting a lot of pictures. I'm not a big internet dude, a social media, Facebook kind of guy. I post my stuff and I keep it moving, but maybe you're posting a lot of summer pictures. If you are, Ro, post some of them in Derek on Demand so that I can see them. That's the social platform that I go to see what's popping in our universe, in our 24K Life universe. That's where I'm going. It's DerekOnDemand.com for those of you that don't go there. But listen, so what I want to do is talk about accredited investors, because being an accredited investor is so special that you have to meet some pretty high level criteria in order to be an accredited investor. Thank you, Rashawn. I'm glad that you're going to help us out and do that. And so, I want to talk about what is an accredited investor, and what does it mean to you? Why should you be concerned about it? Should you be concerned about it? What does it mean? And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take people through this quick analysis of who we are and what we do and why we do it, because it's all about getting enough money to be able to go out and hire that personal trainer, to go out and buy those organic foods that are healthier for your body and for your mind, to be able to go on vacation and de-stress. Somebody asked me today, they said, "Hey, what are you talking about tonight?" And I said, accredited investors. And they said, "Well, what is that?" And I was tempted to say, "Well, if you log on, you'll find out." But I told them what it was. One of our existing clients, and they said, "Oh, I'm not there yet. I think I'm going to pass. And maybe I'll catch the replay later, but I'm not there yet, and I want to stay focused on where I'm at." And I said, "Listen, you got to know where you're going and why you want to go that direction so that it makes a lot of sense to you." So on our team, our purpose is to deliver results that place our clients in a position of greater happiness. Now, it sounds kind of corny, right? But don't you want to be happier? I'm telling you, you'll want to be happier. My bio, I've been doing this for over 30 years. I wrote a book. I'm the founder of the 24K Life community. I've done a couple TED Talks, but I also have a team. It's not me coming on Sunday nights and spewing a bunch of nonsense, right? Or a bunch of sense. It's me coming on saying to you, look, we work with thousands of people one-on-one, probably tens of thousands over the last 30 years, easily tens of thousands over the last 30 years. And I have a team of people that helps people figure out how to do what they do. Here's all of the workshops that we have had. We've had money workshops, challenge workshops, entrepreneur programs. We've had business masterclasses, money mindset masterclasses, credit masterclasses. We have put out so much content for the people that are following us to make sure that they exceed their basic mediocrity lives that they were taught, because no one's taught excellence, so that they can grow and have some money to buy their houses that they want, to get the car that they need, to have great credit, and to be able to go on vacations and not worry about paying for it. So one of the things I'm going to ask you tonight is, what's your number? What is your magic number? Do you know? Tell me, who knows their magic number? Tell me yes. If you know your magic number, then I want you to tell me I don't want you to tell me what it is. I want you to tell me that you know what your number is. I know what my number is. I'm a finance guy. I better know what the number is. What's your number? And some of you might be going, "Well, what number? Come on now. You know the number." It could be a couple different numbers. It could be, how much money do you need per month to make yourself comfortable where you're not worried about your bills? Won't he do it? I watch you. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? You need to pull a card for me. Pull a card for me and tell me I'm a star. Yes, but yes, won't he do it? Knows her number. You got to know your number. Is it a monthly number? Is it a number to retire? My sister's talking about retirement. When she came to visit, we spent some quality time talking about what her number was and how to get there as fast and as easily as possible. You got to know your number. If you don't know your number, you need to direct message me. We need to figure out what your number is, and we need to figure it out fast. Okay, Ro and Tara, I want you to go on Derek on Demand, and I want you to send me what your number is. See, we're not playing games. I'm not saying you don't know. I want to know what your numbers are. So go on Derek on Demand, not right now, but later, and private message me what your number is. And won't he do it? If you want me to know your number, you can text me, message me, go on Derek on Demand, whatever you want to do. And I want to know your number as well. But where's this money? We talk to people about, where's this money market? Where's this economy going? It's going to hand orange covering. Oh, Lexi, you're going to get the number. You're going to get it. You're following, you're paying attention, you're doing the homework. You will get your number, but you got to know what that number is. FedNow, crypto, digital banking, and personal money mastery. That's where the future of money is going. And if you don't know what those things mean, you need to tap in more consistently. Where's the digital world going? You already know about ChatGPT. We talk about AI, NFTs, blockchain. If you don't know about these things, you need to tap in a little differently, a little deeper, a little bit more special. You can go on Derek on Demand and message me and we'll start to answer these things and invite you to our workshops, our master classes. But are you feeling stuck? This is an accredited investor. We're going to get there, I promise you. But are you feeling stuck? That's not that hard. Are you stuck? You know what? We help people become a success. You got to have over a 700 credit score. You have to have a finance. These are not wishes. These are demands. These are necessities. Your financial future must be secure. You know what? We have tools that you can start using today. We have a library of videos, master classes right now that you can start learning and reassessing your situation. Now, you know what? People always say, well, can money buy happiness? How many of you believe money can buy happiness? Just tell me yes or no. Just what do you think? But here's what I'm going to tell you while you're telling me your thoughts. I'm going to tell you mine. Money or wealth helps create more life, more love, and more happiness. Money helps you create those things at a higher level. No, you don't need it to have life. That's a given. You don't need it for love, and you don't need it to be happy. But let me tell you, it creates more. Kobe, do you want more love, life, and happiness? Let me hear from you, sis. I want to hear you tell me. So a lot of people are saying, well, okay, fine, you talk about it, but show it to me. Show it to me. That's what we're going to do. We're inviting you into our community. You can go into the Derek on Demand community. You can go up into our Alpha Up community. Inside there, we're meeting every Wednesday night, and we are talking about some serious things that will help you to level up, to step up, to live all of it. Kobe, all of it. Right? Right? We want that property in the Dominican that we can go hang out at. Remember, we talked about that. Absolutely. We meet every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. You get specific and clear directions directly from me. I got 30 plus years in this money game. You know, I wrote a book. You know, I'm a fitness instructor. You know, I stay fit. I'm over 55 years old, and I stay as fit as a 55-year-old could possibly be. Okay. And we got to stop suffering in quiet desperation. There's no reason for you to be wringing your hands month after month, year after year, week after week, day after day. There's no call for it. Let's just get it stopped. So I'll tell you what, if you want to go to alphaup.life, you can join our weekly sessions. Join our weekly sessions. Join our weekly sessions. And I'm telling you, you will not be dissatisfied. But let's get into the accredited investing. So I created this workbook. You guys know I don't have to do anything. If I'm going to do it, I do it at the highest level, or at least my highest level. Okay. So I've created this workbook. Each and every one of you can get this workbook. If you want the workbook, you have to direct message me and say, I want the workbook. Send me the workbook. It's 21 pages. I'm not going to show you all 21, but I'm going to blow through it really quick. All right. We're not going to get into the intros and notes from me, but we're going to start right off the gate with what's an accredited investor. In the United States, you have to be an accredited investor to get involved in certain investments, that if you only meet certain criteria. And the reason why, I was telling my son, he said, well, that's kind of bogus. Why can't everybody get into every investment? Well, the reason why is because some of these investments have higher risk, but simply on the opposite side of that risk, they have higher reward. Higher risk, higher reward. So the rewards are high. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Tara, for backing me up on that excellence. So they want to make sure that if you get in one of these high risk, high reward investments, that you don't go broke. I mean, they're looking out for you, right? The government's always looking out for us. So they want to make sure you don't go broke. So you have to be an accredited investor to get into the best, highest level investments, at least in the US. So what's accredited investor? To become an accredited investor, 350. Yes. Yeah. I see you, Andrea. She texts me your magic number. I like it, but we're going to work on that number. We're going to double that number, Andrea. We're going to get there, then we're going to double it. We're going to talk about how to get there, though. Andrea, we're going to talk about how to get there. Anyway, that's the fun part about Apple Watches, right? I can keep moving and not even miss a beat. But an accredited investor is an individual whose income is over $200,000 a year for a single person, or $300,000 a year for married couples. Now, don't get your undies in a bunch. Don't get your undies in a bunch. How many people make 20 billion times that? They make 20 times that number. There are wealthy people killing it, and there's people that are collecting welfare. There's some of everybody. Why can't you be the one in the group making over $200,000-$300,000? Your main hustle, your side hustle, some passive income. We're going to get into that in a couple seconds. But when you think small, and for those of you that are on right now that didn't start with me, I apologize because I've been talking too small to you all. I deal with clients that have millions of dollars, and I always don't want to have people ruled out. I don't want people to feel less than. But you know what? We got to stop talking about how to save $1,000. We got to stop talking about getting to, $1,000 in your savings or $5,000 in your savings. We got to start talking about how we can really accelerate, get our credit up, invest, use that leverage. Anyway, accredited investor, or has a net worth of $1 million, not including your house, not including your primary house. So you can have some investment properties, but not your house. So what are the pros of being an accredited investor? I already told you get access to some investments that no one else can get access to because they don't want you to go broke. They don't want you to invest your last dime and be broke, and it's not good for society. But the primary benefit of an accredited investor is that it gives you a financial advantage over others. You want to know why the rich get richer? They have financial advantages. Because your net worth or salary is already among the highest, being an accredited investor allows you access to investments that others with less wealth do not have access to. And here's how they figure this out. When you want to get into an investment consortium, let's say, they will ask you for your net worth. They will ask you for bank statements. They will ask you to prove that you have $1 million or $300,000 of income if you're married, $900,000 if you're single. They will ask you to prove it because they don't want to get sued, because you could sue them, and we live in a litigious society if you don't make that. So what are the negative sides to it? There are cons of being an accredited investor that include high risk, high minimum investment amounts. So if you have $125,000 and you go, man, I'm on my way, or $300,000, I'm on my way, and you put all $300,000 in and you lose it, that's the con. The fees are high for these type of investments. High risk, high reward. You're getting the smartest people in the land that are doing these investments that have done them for years, hundreds of years. Okay. It is not very liquid. You can't call them up and say, yo, I need some money out of that money I gave you. I need $25,000 back. No, it doesn't work that way. It's got to be in for the long term. Many countries have these rules, but I don't go into all of them. We talk about the states. That's an accredited investor. If you have a question about becoming an accredited investor, go ahead and shoot it to me. I'll answer it while we're here. But this workbook is going to take you through the path. We're not going to go through each one of these, but I'm taking you through the path. Like, these are all the things that I've been sharing with you for years, okay? For years, and they're in the workbook. So if you want the workbook, you can get the workbook. So how do you become accredited? What do you need to know on the way? How do you start that path? Well, you got to get your cash flow right. Plan before spending, build a solid foundation. You know what? There is such a thing as good debt, not revolving credit card debt, but there is good debt. There's leverage debt. You know what? You stop buying things that are diminishing in value and only buy assets or things that are appreciating. Now, I'm not talking about those Jordans. We're not talking about that. We're talking about real appreciating assets. Use the compound effect. We're not going to go through all these. I'm just showing you what's in the workbook so you can grab it. There's 7 types of income streams that are available to you. Active. That means you take your hind parts to work. You go to work. That's active income. So you are getting a shovel and you are digging every day. You're filing paperwork. There's passive income, real estate properties, next level marketing. There's vertical strategies. We've done seminars and master classes on all of these. There's royalties, rentals, business profits, and of course, subscriptions. So what do you need to do? Well, you got to always do the current assessment. We've talked about this GPS 100 times before. Where do you stand right now so that we can figure out where you are on the way? And you might go, man, I don't have that. But what do you have in your 401? Do you have any other properties? Did you inherit anything? What do you have in your investment accounts, in your bank accounts? Now, if you go, man, this is depressing, I don't have anything. It's not depressing. It's encouraging. I'm telling you, let's get started. Let's get past these basic depressing statistics. You know the one I tell you all the time, 85% of the working population doesn't have $500 anywhere. Let's not be that person. You don't have to be that person if you decide to start making great decisions today. That's all I'm asking you. Start making great decisions today and then make a better decision tomorrow and another good decision next month and another. Just start today. Christmas is not that important. Getting gifts and giving gifts is not that important. Wasting your money on depreciating assets like new cars and things are not going to get you in this club. But you got to decide that you're willing to do without. My sister will tell you, I had a Ford Expedition. And everybody kept saying, well, you're an investment guy, man. You should have a better car. Your car's 10 years old. It didn't look bad, but they knew it was old because I've been driving it forever. And I said, look, I'm going to drive this thing till the wheels fall off. And I literally drove it as close as I could to the wheels falling off because I wanted to put my money other places. If you're paying $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year for your car, plus the brand new car insurance. Where could you be putting $6,000 a year for 10 years? Invested at 10% or 8%. What could that take you? You don't have to do all the digging. You don't have to do all the work. The compound effect will help you. Let us help you get on this runway to financial prosperity. Let's think higher. Let's think bigger. Let's think tens of thousands, not thousands. Let's not think hundreds. Let's think tens of thousands. Alexia, you talk about starting your business. It's time to do all the right things right. We do not have time. We don't have any more time. We're not talking to 20-year-olds, right? Yeah, my son might be live on here. He's 26, but he gets me every day. He gets Papa D every day. He gets a little bit of Derek telling him, hey, think about this, but you don't. So you got to join. You got to join. You got to join. You got to start hearing the right messages, following the right moves. Let's alpha up. We go through your income. Like, what's your goal, your 3-year goal for your income? What's your 5-year goal? What's your 10-year goal? Some of you want to be retired by then. Okay, that's fine. What are you going to do after you retire? You're going to sit around twiddling your thumbs and die? What are you going to do? You know what? Here's the Derek on Demand stuff. Most of you already know this. You can get the book. For real, Alexia. What? For real. Okay, you feel me? You see what I'm saying? You can get the book. What's the book going to do? It's going to show you everything that I tell you, everything that I tell people in our one-on-one coaching sessions. The book's got it all in there. Not all of it. It's got a lot of it in there. Derek on Demand. It has everything that's in the book, but it's virtual, it's visual, it's video. You also get to text and ask questions. You get community. You get to talk to other people. Here is the workbook that we're going over. Let me show you this. I'm going to blow through this really quick. Here's a detailed recap. I give you the nitty-gritty on what it takes to be an accredited investor. Look at it. I went through and did the work. I wrote this up for you. I didn't do it for me. I'm an accredited investor already. I didn't do it for me. I did it for you. Join the club. You don't want to be a part of the Facebook club that's texting and tweeting about who shot who and who stole what and who's cheating on who. That's not getting you anywhere. I'm just telling you. This is just my perspective. This is the 24K life perspective. If you want to live a bigger, better life, my sister said she wanted more life, more love, and more happiness. Well, you got to do something about it, and you got to do it every day. You are where you are because of the decisions that you make. It is not the man's fault. It's not the system's fault. It's not the universe's fault. It's no, stop. Stop. Let's take radical ownership. Go read the 4 agreements. Read the 4 agreements. I think it's Paula Coelho. It's a Hispanic dude. It is a excellent book. Excellent book. If you haven't read it, go read it. It's going to help you out. But listen, it's time to get focused. It's time to start doing our work. And I know you've been doing the work. I'm not judging you. I know you've been doing the work. Have you been doing it consistently? I can tell you, I've not been doing my work consistently. I told you that before, right? You have to be consistent. My whole goal as we finish up this year, and we're only halfway through, but it's to be consistent day in and day out. Be consistent with your workouts. Be consistent with your communication with the people that you love. The ones you don't love, I don't care what you do. The ones you love, be consistent with your communication. Be clear. Be clear. And then ask yourself this question. And I want you to write this question down. And I want you to answer it before you go to bed. And you may not be able to answer it before you go to bed, but I want you to try. What do I really want? What do I, and I'm not saying better life. I'm not saying level up. I'm not saying alpha up. I'm not saying grade up. No. What do you really want? I want a man that's a loving, sensitive man. I want to be financially independent without that man. I want to be physically fit. I want to be able to go up and down stairs and go on vacation and tour the world. I want to have financial security like no other. I interviewed this woman that's coming out on our podcast. Probably won't be until the middle of August, but she's in her 50s. She said her whole life, all she could concern herself with was financial stability. And she finally got there. She lives in Dubai. She's a banker. It's a great interview. You can hear it yourself. But what she was saying was that she raised 2 kids on her own because dude left. And for you dudes, you want a good woman, you got to be a good man. Are you fit? You trying to get a trophy wife? Are you a trophy? See, that's the question. You want a trophy wife? Are you a trophy? Or are you a round mound of pounds? You know, in order to attract what you want, you have to be that thing. And you have to be it consistently. You have to be. That's who you are. We can't be there for a minute. My kids used to get a great grade on a test and come home. Look what I got. Look what I got. I'm like, and all that's great. Can you do it again? Can you do it again and again? Can that just be who you are? That's when you'll start attracting. Like attracts like. So if you don't like where you are, I'm telling you, you got to do the work. And there's no reason for you to beat yourself up if you don't like where you are. It's time to say that's not who I am anymore. Today I'm deciding that's not who I am. That's not who I'm going to be. For that person's dead. I'm not that person that makes those decisions anymore. I make great decisions now. I surround myself with people that are smarter, greater, and more productive than me because birds of a feather flock together. You've heard it before, but it's true. Like attracts like. So you got to be the bottom person in an amazing group because you're going to level up to be amazing. And then you'll be the bottom person in that group at the next level. And you'll keep leveling up that way. I mean, this is not rocket science. This is about being who you want to attract, being what you want to attract. If you want happiness, you have to be happy. I'm not getting into this lecture. We're talking about being accredited investors. And how you become an accredited investor is that you got to start off with understanding that you got to stop spending all your money. You can't be one of the statistics. What's Tara telling me? Oh, Tara's talking about the podcast, 24K Life Podcast. You can find them on Apple Podcast. You can find them on Spotify, the 24K Life Podcast with Derek Gant. You know, we've been cranking them out with some really cool, interesting people that are bringing you this kind of content, but not on the financial tips. They're bringing it to you on the financial side. They're bringing it to you on the mindset side. They're bringing it to you on the health and the fitness side. Because I only know what I know. I'm an expert in finance. That's what I do. I'm not an expert book writer. I wrote a book. It's a darn good book. It can help you, but I'm not an expert author. So listen, I want you to answer that question for me. I want you to answer that question for yourself. What do you truly want? And it's not like an answer like, oh, I want this. No. You got to write that ish down. Write it down. What do I want? Because you want more than one thing. Like we just talked about with my sister. She wants more love, right? You need somebody to rub that booty. What? I said it. More life, travel, experiences, meeting people. And she wants more happiness. She's a happy person. My sister is a happy person. But who doesn't want more happiness? Who doesn't want more blessings from God? Who doesn't want more? We all want more. The question becomes, what? The question becomes, I was for my sister, I'm sorry. The question becomes, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to do the work? And my sister said, amen. Amen and amen. And that's the end of the sermon, right? It's 7:30. We got 30 minutes in. You know what Accredited Investor is. If you want the workbook, you have to direct message me so I can send it to you. For those of you that are on Derek on Demand, I will drop the link to the workbook inside Derek on Demand, and I'll let you know where I'll drop it. But I'll drop it inside of there. Ro. I definitely want, bro, that's not even a question. And guess what? He wants to bless you. But we got to get that act right. I'm not talking about sin. We're not talking about sin, right? When we talk about act right, we're talking about consistency, right? Think of God like your 401k. He's matching. You put in 6%, he gonna put in 3%. Now you got 9%. That's what he does with us. Listen, I got to get off the soapbox. I know it's Sunday. I don't like to preach on Sunday. But he gave us all the gifts that we have. My gift is to talk about money in a way that you understand it, that might encourage you to take some action to improve your circumstances. Because when you improve your circumstances, you improve your family circumstances, you improve generations to come circumstances, you improve the community circumstances. And if you don't know how, man, we got to talk. But everybody's dependent on you. If you're watching this, everybody's dependent on you to be the change agent. They need you to be the change agent. But you got to be consistent, because I know you're doing the work. But we got to be consistent. And we got to build that momentum. We talked about how consistency builds momentum. And that's why some people make it look so easy, because they've done it so long that it's just second nature to them. It's just second nature. It's just what they do. You give me all your financials, I'm going to create you a budget that's going to work. It's just what I do. For 30 years. It's what my team does. You know, you don't know if you should lease or if you should buy, if you should put down 1,000 or 10,000. Just hit me up. We'll tell you. I won't even charge you for that information. I'm going to tell you real quick if that's a good decision or not. But let's invest in assets. So with that, I want everybody to help me, because thank you, Roro, I need to get this message out to thousands of people. And I've explained to you before that the algorithms for Facebook, YouTube, all these social media platforms, is that they're spoiled children. They want you to prove that people are liking and sharing your stuff before they will show it to the people. I got over 5,000 people on my one Facebook page, another 5,000 on my business page, but they don't show my stuff to all my people because they want me to pay to advertise to show them. But we're not being held captive. What's for me is for me, and there's nothing that man can do to stop it. And my goal is to touch 1,000 people before the end of the year. We want 1,000 people inside Derek on Demand, talking it up, chopping it up, encouraging each other. I'm telling you, the people that are in right now are encouraging each other every day. We're in there encouraging each other to keep pushing. Lexi, you got to get in there every day. You got to get into the chat, and you just got to participate. I know you get in there every once in a while, but we're doing our best to try to help people create habits in the right spaces. If you go on Facebook, you should be on Derek on Demand. If you go on Instagram, you should go on Derek on Demand. And if you don't see anything you like, add something that you like, and everybody else will jump on the bandwagon, because that's what we do. We flow together. With that, I am wishing each and every one of you God's blessings, God's mercy. I pray that whatever you believe in touches you in a positive way deeply, and that you take this message and that you go forward with it, and that you don't look at it as a discouragement. We're not looking at where we are to be discouraged. We're looking at where we are just so we know where we're starting, so we have a bigger testimony, a bigger national story. You can go tell your story later. I remember back in 2023 in July, I was broke. And look at me now. And if I can do it, you can do it. That's your story. What? Ain't no difference between Oprah and you. There ain't no difference between, whoever and me. There's no difference. The difference is that they tapped into their gifts, they tapped into their specialty, and they stuck with it long enough for it to take off. That's what they did. That's what they did. I know it looks easy, but even those athletes, man, they break bones, they toil, they sweat, they get cussed out, they get cut. It's not easy. But they stick to it, and they're willing to do work that no one else is willing to do. Artists willing to do work, successful artists, they're willing to do work no one else does. Are you willing to do your work because no one else is going to do it for you? And that includes God. God is not going to do your work because he gifted you to do it. Now, he may touch it. He may match it. Once you do the work, he will match it. I'm going to do a talk. God is a 401k. All right. I love you all. Listen, I want to touch 1,000 people. So I'm asking you to like. Rashawn said testify. Ah! I went to Pentecostal church for 45 years. Ah! Anyway, listen, I'm clowning, but I want you to know that you can do it. That it's meant for you. It's not meant for somebody. It's meant for you. But you got to decide that it's meant for you. I know it's meant for you. Do you know it's meant for you? Tap into your greatness. Tap into your gifts, and then stick to it, and don't let anybody talk you out of it. Ever, never. Oh, let me show you this. I think there's another. Okay. Oh, I was one slide short. Check this slide out. Now I'm gonna let you go. A man with conviction is a hard man to change. Tell him you disagree and he turns away. Show him facts or figures and he questions your sources. Appeal to logic and he fails to see your point. You are not talking me out of my destiny. That's what that quote says. You are not talking me out of what's for me. I don't care what you say. I don't care what statistics you have. I don't care. I'm telling you, go look in society and see the people that act like that. Trump. Now, you may hate him. You may not like him. Maybe you don't hate him. Maybe you don't like him. But the dude is successful because no one can tell him that he's, alternative facts. He believes it, but it works for him. You're not like that. You live, truth is truth. But what are your facts? And don't let anybody turn you away from them. I know I'm not. I'm good. I'm not letting nobody turn me away. We're going to get 1,000 people in Derek on Demand that are communicating, that are helping, that are giving tips, that are guiding each other so that we all, not everybody, but all that are doing the work and being consistent can win. I'm Derek Gann. I want you to be your best. Thanks for the hearts. I love them. I see them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know I love the hearts. I'm Derek Gann. I want you to be your best. Bring your best. Leave nothing to chance. Like, share, and subscribe. I didn't play the theme music. We're gonna play the theme music. We can't have an episode and not play the theme music. Thank you so much. I love you all. Be well.
Yeah, it's time to live your life. Derek Gann, show them how to take it to the highest height. Hey, this is more than financial advice. Show you how to take control. Time to get your money right. Money management. I know that we all need financial independence. Yeah, it seems out of reach, but you can make it happen. Now it's time for some action. Helping you with your finances. Yeah, we got a passion. Hey, ain't no limit. Now it's time to get it. You deserve to have a life how you want to live it. Secrets to success. Now it's time to get it right. Yeah, I'm talking all about that 24K life. Let's go. This the vibe, for real I'm trying to tell you. Tell me if you ready to take it to the next level. Derek Ant, talking fitness and investment. Change your mindset and show you how it's all connected. Ain't no need to hesitate or delay. Only way to live life is a 24K. Hey, Derek Ant, let them know. Let's go.
All right, everybody, be well. If you need anything, if you want anything, if you have some questions, you know what? We are happy to answer them. Be well.